Hello friends, welcome back to Snipper Coder, and we are back with a video, and this is the fifth video of our Flutter and WooCommerce grocery app series. And in this video we will learn how we can integrate our user sign up page using our WooCommerce APIs and all in our Flutter application. So this is our application. You can see here we have our page coming here as a page name as a registration, and that label is coming as a online grocery. And there we have the full name, then we have the email ID, then we have the password, then we have the confirm password, and there we have the button for sign up or already have an account sign in page. And here if I click on the sign up page, you can see all the validations are coming here. So now if I put any name here, then here we will put any email ID. First we will put invalid email ID. You can see it is giving the message as the invalid email. Here we'll put test@test.com. Then here we will put our password here. So now we will put the password, and here we have the option for show and hide also. Same here, we will first put the invalid confirm password. It will give the message confirm password not match. If we see here, we have to put here 5. Now again, if I click on the sign up page, it will register the user here. So loader is loading here. You can see here we are getting the message here, registration successful. So now let's see the same in our WooCommerce also. So here you can see we have this user created test@test.com. So this is the same user. So before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, subscribe the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Thank you. So first of all, we will create the model file, and that model file we are going to create under our model folders. Here we will write the name as a customer_model.dart file. Here we will create the class here, customer model. So in our registration page, you can see we are required only 3 items. First one is our full name, our email ID, and the password. So here we have to write here string email, string nullable type of full name, then we have our string nullable type of password. Then here we have to create a constructor here, and there we will write this dot email, this dot full name, this dot password. Here we will put the semicolon. So here we have to write our one method that will be named as a toJSON, and that will convert our all the variable to our JSON that we will publish to our post request and all. Here we have map type of string dynamic toJSON. Here we have map string dynamic map is equal to empty object here, and inside this one we will add map dot add all. Now here we have to create the JSON which is required in our WooCommerce. Here the first variable will be our email, and we will map it with our email variable. Then for the full name, we are going to use here name as a first underscore name, and we will map it with our full name. Then we have our password, and we will use here password variable. And one more is required here, that will be our username. And for the username, we are just taking email ID as a username here. So it's all up to you if you want to generate the auto username or take the input from the user's customer for that username. That also you can map here, but as per our requirement, we are mapping the username as the email ID itself. And from here we will return map, this map. So what we did here, we have created the class here, customer model. There we have 3 variables, email, full name, password. Then we have created the constructor here. Then here we have the method for toJSON, and from there we are returning our return type of string and dynamic, and inside that we have the variable for our email first name and password and the username, and from here we are returning here. So now we have to go to our API service file, and there we have to create one method. And before doing that, we have to go to our config file, and there we have to write one new variable here, static string customers URL is equal to customers. Now let's move to our API service file. So here we have to write one function here, and we have to use a static future. Return type will be boolean type, register user, and there we have our model file, and we have customer model, and we will make it as async here, and we have to import here. So now here we have to create a token here, and for that we have to use here auth token is equal to base64.encode, and inside that we have to write here utf8.encode, and we have to pass here our key and the secret key. Here we have $, and we have to write a config.key. Then here we have to put the semicolon, and again we have to put $, config.secret. Then here we have to write our request headers. We are put here map string request headers is equal to content type. It will be application/JSON. Then we have our authorization code. Authorization we are using here basic and this auth token, because this is the registration we are going to do in our WooCommerce, and that we are using with our post request, and for every post request we require the valid authorization code and all, and that we are going to use with our key and the secret key. And here we will write our URL, where URL is equal to URI.https. Here we have config.api URL, config.api endpoint +, and here we have config.customers URL. And here we will create one variable where response is equal to await client.post request. Here we will pass the URL. Then we have the headers. We are going to put here request headers. And then we have our body, and we are putting here JSON encode, and here we will write model.json. So what it will do, it will convert our model file into the JSON with the help of this JSON encode and all. Then here we will check if response.status code is equal to 201. That means request created. 201 is the request created here, created request. That means user is successfully registered, and we will return here true. In the else condition, we will return here false. So what we did here, we have created one function that will name as a register user, and there we are passing the customer model as a model parameter. Then we are putting here async here, and after that we are just creating one variable with the auth token, and we are creating it with our base64.encode, and we are encoding there with utf8.encode with the key and the secret key. After that we have our request headers. There we have the content type. Then we have the authorization token with our basic token, and here we have the URI.https with our API URL with our endpoint plus our this customer endpoint, this one. And after that, we have created one variable for the response we are getting from our client.post request. There we are passing URL header body with our model.toJSON for the function which we have created here. Then here we are just checking if the status code is 201, that means our user successfully registered, then we will return here true, else we are returning here false. So now let's move further and we will design our UI, and after that we will do the integration of the API with our UI. So now we will design our UI, and for that we have to go to the pages first, and there we will create a new folder and we will name it as a registration. Inside that we will create a new file and we will name it as a user underscore register underscore page dot file, and here we will create the stateful widget. Here we have to create few variables. First one will be our bool type of is API call process is equal to false, and this will be used for showing the loader and all in our page. When we click on the button for that register, at that time we have to show some loader to the user so that they can notify that something is happening in the backend for the network call and all. Then we have to create one global key for our form state, so that we have to maintain the state of our form for our values which we entered there. Global key form state underscore form key is equal to global key form state. So next variable will be string type of full name, string type of password, string type of confirm password, string type of email. Then we have to create two more variables, bool type of hide password, comma hide confirm password is equal to true, and this one also is equal to true. Then here we have to create some of the widgets, and first one will be our app bar and all, and we have our app bar underscore build app bar, and from here we will return app bar elevation 0. Then we have foreground color and we are using a colors dot white color. Then we have our background color and we are using a colors dot green color. Then we have our automatically leading and we are putting it true, because here we don't want to show any back button and all. Title we are putting here text visit registration. Also we can see the design side by side also, and before doing that we have to go to our main.dart file, and instead of putting the dashboard we will put here register page. So now let's run the application, see side by side the design. So here you can see this placeholder is coming here. So now we have to change this code, and here we will put scaffold widget, and here the app bar we will change with this underscore build app bar. You can see here this app bar is coming here. So now we can also put the background color, and we are using a colors dot white color. Then we have the body here, and here we are going to use the progress HOD. That will be used for showing the loader and all in our application. And we have this variable in async call, and we will map with our is API call process. And here we have the opacity that we are using a 0.3, and that will be like if we click on any button and there we are loader is loading, and the background of the opacity will be around 0.3% for this HOD and all. Then this key we are going to put a unique key. Then we have our child here, and we are using a form. There we have our key and we will assign with our form key. Then we have the child here and we will create a new widget here, register UI. There we'll pass our context and we will create this UI, register UI, and here we have our build context, and from here we will return single child scroll view. Here we have the column widget. There we have our children's, and for the main axis alignment we are using here main axis alignment dot start. Same for the cross axis alignment, and we are using here dot start. And children, in the top we will give some spacing here, and we'll put here size box, height 50. Then we will put here one text widget. We will write here online grocery. You can see it is coming, and we will wrap it with our center widget, and we will do some styling here. Style, text style. We are using here font weight bold. Then we have our font size and we are using a 35. Then we have the color. We are using a colors dot black color. After that we have to create the widget for our text box and all, and for that we will going to create one common widget, and we will write here widget underscore build input field. There we have to pass some of the variables. First one will be our build context. Then we have our label, string label, prefix icon we are using here, prefix icon. Then we have our function validator. Then we have our function on save, and then we can put some of the optional variables also, like function on change event, and this we will use in our password field so that we can have our updated value in the variable, and that we can match with our confirmed password and all. Then we have our widget, and we are using it for our, and also this one we will make it as a nullable. Suffix icon. Then we have our obscure text is equal to false, and this will be used for showing or hiding the text in our password field and all. By default we will make it as a false for all the fields, and we are able to see the text in other fields. And from here we are using the form helper from our snippet code utils, and we are using a form helper dot input field, and in the key name we will pass here label. Same for the hint text also we are going to use. Then for the on validate we will map with this validator. Then we have this on save. After that we will put here show prefix icon, and we will put it true because we have to show all the icon in the all the fields. Prefix icon widget we will map it with this one. Then we have our border radius, and we are using a radius, and we are using a 10. Then we have our content padding, and we are putting here 15. Font size 14. Prefix icon padding left we are putting here 10. Then we have the border color. We are using a colors dot gray color dot shade 200. Then we have our text color, and we are using a color dot black color. Then we have our hint font size, and we are putting here 14. Hint color, and we are using a colors dot black color with opacity 0.6. Background color we are using a colors dot gray color dot shade 100. Border focus color we are using a colors dot gray dot shade 200. And for this obscure text we are mapping with our this variable obscure text variable. For this suffix icon we are using a suffix icon and mapping with this widget. Then we have our on change event. We will map with our on change event. So what we did here, we have created one common widget that we can use for all the fields here, so that instead of giving all the style for every field, we have make it as a common one, and that we can use here. So here we will put our first visit. We will put here build input visit, and here for the label we will put here full name. Icon we are using a constant icon start face icon. In the validator we will put here val value. Here if val value dot is empty, we will put here star required, else null. Save value, we will put here full name is equal to this save value dot toString dot trim. So if there will be any spacing and all, that will be also removed here. So what we did here, we have put here the build input field, we have the context, then the name, that will be our hint text also, and here we have our icon. You can see here icon is coming here, and for the val values, validations value, we are checking here. If it is empty, we will put here validation required, else we will make it as a null here. In the save value, in the variable of full name, we are just assigning this value. So here one thing we forget, for the prefix icon color, we put here colors dot black color, you can see here, and we can give spacing here also. We will put here 15. So again we will copy this spacing and we will put here for the next field, and we will copy this one and we will paste here. We will change it to email. This one we will change it to email underscore outline. So here you can see this text box is coming here with that email name, and the icon will be the email icon. And here in the validation, we have to put one validation for our valid email ID or not. Here we will check if val is empty. We will return here required, and for the email validation, for that valid email or not, we will put here if not of rec expression, and we will put this one. Dot has match, and we will pass this value. From here we will return invalid email, and in the save value we will map it with our email. So what we did here, in that validator we are putting here first check for the required field. After that we are checking here if this regular expression matching with this valid email or not. If not, it will give the message as an invalid email. So now we will put some spacing here. After that again we have to copy this one and we will paste here. Here we will change it to password. Icon we will change it to lock open icon. Here in the on change event we will set the value so that we can track the updated value on the type and all. We have this value password is equal to value. After that we have the suffix icon for showing and hiding the password. We will use here icon button. Here we have our on press event. We'll put here set state hide password is equal to not of hide password. It will work as a toggle. After that we have to put the icon here, and we will put here conditional icon, like we'll check here if hide password, then we have to show this one icons dot visibility off, else icons dot visibility. So here you can see this coming. If I put anything, this password is showing, so it is not showing as a star, and for that we have to put here obscure text and we have to map this value, so it will do the toggle here. So also we have to reload the application first. So here if I put something, you can see this star is coming here. So if I click here in the icon, you can see password is showing here. So now if I put something and if I click again, it will hide the password. Same way we have to do for our confirm password also. We will copy and we'll paste here. We will change it to confirm password. And here in the validation, we will change here. We will check here if val value is empty. We will return here star required, and after that we will check if val value is not equal to password. We will return here confirm password not matched, else we will return null here. Here in the email also we have to return here null. So if there is no validation issue and all, we will return here null. After that we have to put the spacing here. We will put here 20, and we have to put that button here. We will put here form helper dot submit button. We have to give text as a sign up. Then we have our on type event. You can see here button is coming here. We have to do some design here. We have to make it as a center. After that we have to put the button color. We will use a colors dot orange color. We have our border color and we are using a colors dot white color. Then we have our text color. We will use here colors dot white color. Then we have our border radius and we are using it 20. So now you can see this is looking nice. So here on the on tab we will first check here if underscore form key dot current state is validate. We will validate the state like there's no issue and all, like required field or validation and all. We have to set here form key dot current state dot save. Here if I click on the sign up, you can see this validation are coming here. So now if I put something here, if I again click on the sign up, you can see the message is gone here. Same for the email ID. If I put something invalid, we click on the submit, you can see it is saying invalid email ID. If I put something valid, you can see message is gone here. Now for that confirm password, if I put something which is not matched with the password, click here. So it is not working. So let's see where the issue is. So here we don't need any on change value in the confirm password, and also for this one we have to change it to confirm password. Here also we will change it to password, and here we will change it to hide confirm password, and this one also, here also, and this one also. So now if I click here, it will show hide. So now if I click on the sign up, so let's reload the application. See if I put something in the password, and here also different. So now let's click on the sign up. Now you can see this confirm password not match message coming here. So now if I put the same password 1 2 3 4 5 6, here also I will put the same one 1 2 3 4 5 6, and if I click on the sign up, you can see this validation is not coming here. That means it is password and the confirm password both are matching here. So now let's integrate the API here. So first we have to create the object for our customer model. Customer model is equal to customer model, and we have to put the constructor here. Email, full name, we will map with our full name. Then we have our password, and we will map with our password. And here we will write, and before that we have to set our state for that is API call process is equal to true. That means when we click on the button and if the form is valid, then it will start showing the loader. And inside the API on completion, we will just make this value as a false so that loader will stop loading. And we will put here API service dot register user, and we have to pass this model customer model dot then And here first of all we will set here is API call process equal to false. It will stop loading. This one we will change it to response, and here we will return our form helper dot show alert. Here in the title we will put here registration, and the message we will check here if response true, then we will show here registration successful, else we will show here registration failed. Button text we will show here OK, and on the on press event we will just close this pop-up and we will write here navigator dot of context dot pop. Now let's run the application, see is it working or not. So here we will put some information, Raman @gmail.com, and before that we will check the validation also. You can see here, and we'll put here .com. For the password we'll put here 123456. Here also we'll put 123 and we will save here. You can see here we are getting the validation properly here. Now we will match the password and all 123456. So now let's click on the sign up and see is it working or not. You can see here we are getting registration successful. When we click on the OK, it will come here. So now if I again click on the sign up, we will get the error message because that email ID already exists. Let's click here. You can see registration failed because that email ID already created. So now let's see in our WooCommerce also that this ID is created or not. So let's reload this page. You can see total we are having 4. Let's see. So now you can see we are having 5 here. This new one raman@gmail.com, and you can see username and email both are coming as the same because in our code we are added as a username as a email ID only, and in the role we are getting here customer. So in this video we have learned about how we can register user on our WooCommerce and all. In the next video we will cover how we can log in this user in our application with the help of the WooCommerce APIs and all. So that's all in this video. I hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share. I will come back soon with another awesome video. Thank you for watching the video.